I'm going to kind of walk you through the scenario, okay? Okay, who here has ever thought about maybe being a firefighter, a cop, military? Good, okay, pay attention because you will see things like this. Everyone else, this could happen to you, so still pay attention. Let's say you're coming to school this morning, out in the parking lot. All of a sudden you hear this loud crash. You turn around, you see that a car hit a guy that was trying to cross the street, okay? So car versus human. Yeah, one guy in the car doesn't look like he's moving. He's slumped over, bleeding from his face. You got this guy, he's kind of moaning and groaning and rolling. He looks pretty jacked up too, right? Okay. What do you guys do? What's the first thing you should do? Not CPR, they're not dead yet. Call 911, why?
To get the paramedics.
Okay, you want to get people who are trained in this there as soon as possible. Okay, besides paramedics, who else will show up if you call 911? Firefighters and cops. Cops to manage the traffic, firefighters and medics to treat patients, right? So, you call 911, they say, 911, what's your emergency? What are you going to tell them?
Somebody just got hit.
Okay, somebody just got hit by a car. You're probably going to ask you, how many people are there involved? How many patients?
Two.
There's 2 people. Okay, they're going to say, what's wrong with them? What's their condition?
He just got hit by a car and the driver is unconscious.
Good. Somebody's unconscious. They're bleeding from the head. They're missing an arm, a leg, whatever. Okay? Kind of give them that picture so they know who to call and how many people to call.
And tell them, well, what avenue or what street they're at.
Right. Tell them where you're at. Good. Okay. Who here wants to help out in a situation like this? This happens right now. Bam. You decide you want to be somebody who can lend a hand, right? So, before we do that, we got to protect ourselves. That's why you all got gloves. Okay, why do we wear gloves?
So germs won't get them?
Do you know these people?
No.
They're complete strangers. You don't know if they've got AIDS, hepatitis, any nasty blood diseases. You don't want that on you, do you?
No.
No, so you're going to protect yourself. Next thing, you got to look for other safety things, okay? This is in the middle of the street. What else do you think could potentially hurt you or kill you? What? Okay, glass, sharp metal in the car. Another vehicle coming down the road, not paying attention, can hit you. Now you're a second victim. Okay? Also, you want to look at the car. Is the car up on all 4 wheels, or is it on its side, or is it upside down, rocking back and forth? If that car's upside down and teetering, do you really want to crawl underneath it?
No.
No, because what if it falls over on top of you? Again, now you could be dead. Good. Looking for fire. Is the car on fire? Is it smoking? Is there gas anywhere? Are there any weapons or drugs in the car? All those things you want to protect yourself from. Okay? So everything's safe. 911's on its way when it comes help out. You see this guy right here. What do you think his biggest problem is right now?
Bleeding from the face.
Bleeding from the head. He probably took a nosedive into his windshield, split his head open, and now he's bleeding. How are you going to control that?
Like covering.
Okay. How do you stop bleeding?
You pressure.
Pressure. Apply some pressure. Okay. Does it look like he's moving?
No.
Does it look like he's breathing?
No.
Doesn't really look like it. He might be if you get close enough, okay? Pretend he is, but he's just unconscious. First thing we need to do before we manage the blood is protect his neck and his spine, okay? Do you want to do this to his head?
No.
Why not?
Because he can like that spine and the neck. Like,
His spine could be broken. And now all of a sudden if you move it in the wrong position and it cuts the spinal cord, you can paralyze him, you can cut off his breathing, you can kill him. Okay, so you gotta be careful. Real gently, put it the way it should be, and hold it there. Okay? Now somebody else can come up to that bleeding right there. Grab a 4x4, t-shirts, towels, whatever you can. Just apply some light pressure, and you can grab those rolls of cling there and just wrap it around. Okay? Now turn to the right. What about his ears? What do you notice?
he's bleeding from the ears.
Bleeding from his ears, okay? You might see clear fluid. You might see blood coming from the ears, eyes, nose, or mouth. If you see that coming out of all those holes, what might that mean? Internal bleeding of what? What's inside your head? The brain, okay? This is the only time you do not want to apply pressure to those holes. You want that blood to come out of the head. The more blood you keep in your head, it's going to start swelling and putting pressure on your brain. When you have pressure on your brain, like that, you think that's good on your brain?
No.
No. So, let the blood come out. Just put a little 4x4 there nice and lightly just to soak up the blood. Okay? Or clear fluid. Next thing you might want to look at, if he's awake, you can have him open his eyes real wide. Or you might want to lift up his eyelids here and look at his pupils. One might be really small, one might be really, really big. All the way around might be both really tiny or both really big. All those things would mean that there's some pressure building up. You need to get people there to help him out. Okay? What else do you notice on this guy? His foot's cut off. Okay? Probably bleeding like crazy coming out of that little stump of his ankle. Right? So you need to stop that. 2 people right here. Yep. Okay. Look at what we got here. We talked about we can have 4x4s, or we can use towels to stop bleeding, right? Here's a towel. Here's some clean. We're going to stop this bleeding. So come over here. Pretend his real foot is missing, okay? Bleeding. You're going to take that cloth, put it over that stump, and apply pressure right to your joint. Hit his ankle right here. This is bleeding. Okay, so he's applying that pressure, stopping the bleeding. Now he's got to wrap it up, okay? So he's going to keep it as still as possible, maybe just slightly lift it up so he can wrap it around. Now it's just like the head, we don't want to rock the head around, right?
Yeah.
You think you want to do that to a broken arm or a hand that's cut off? No, you want to stabilize it, keep it nice and still. Yep, just wrap it around. You want to make it tight enough to stop that bleeding. Once you get to the end of your rope there, if that's enough, you can make a little knot or tuck it under, keep it in place. It might take more than one roll to bandage it, okay? Tuck that under. Sweet. Looks good. Stand up. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay, looks pretty good. Next, what are we going to do with the foot?
Put it back.
I mean, you guys don't just want to throw it away or kick it to the curb? Okay, we got to take it with us, right? Go ahead. We'll leave the foot alone, but grab his hand. But pretend your dad's in the garage working on some tools, cutting some wood. All of a sudden decides to hack his hand off on accident, okay? We already controlled the bleeding on the stump. Now we're going to take it with him. First, we're going to cover it. Go ahead and open up the ice chest. Try not to drip it on the carpet. Take that bag out. You got a Ziploc bag, plastic bag. And you're going to put the hand inside the bag. Okay, now wrap it up. Wrap it up. Now you're going to place that in the ice chest or in a Ziploc filled with ice. Because you want to keep it cool. Okay? Go ahead and put it in the ice box. Close it up. Now this is going to go with the patient to the hospital. Hopefully the doctors will be able to sew it up and he can use it again. Okay? Now, you have to keep it wrapped up either in a towel or a bag. You don't want to put the hand directly on the ice. What happens if you take ice and just put it on your skin and leave it there for a while? You're going to end up getting frostbite. Okay? And it can damage your skin. So you got to wrap it up. Make sense? Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat.